What's up, LTR family? Welcome back again for another video. Today we are checking out the SuperBox S7 Ultra. This is one of those TV boxes that gets a lot of attention, but the real question is simple. Is it actually worth buying? Or is it just a hype? So in this video, I'm going to unbox it, show you what comes in the package, walk through the setup, test the interface, and then give you my honest opinion on what's good, what's bad, and who is this really for. So, quick disclaimer, this product was sent to me by SuperBox for this review. No money exchange hands, and they don't get to see the video before you guys see it. Let's get into it. All right, so first of all, let's take a look at the box itself. Pretty simple, of course, surrounded by the usual plastics, and on the back you get quite a few indication of what you got to deal with. Wi-Fi 6, you got a gig internet, 4 gigabyte of memory and 128 gigabytes of storage, support for 6K, right? You got over-the-air update, and for your audio you got your H.265. All right, perfect. So again, one quick look at this box. Of course, 6K here, and of course it is running Android 12, as you can see on the bottom right. All right, let's go ahead and unbox it. Let's get Rufus out here. Out the way. Get some more lighting now that the shiny plastic is gone. There you go. All right, so okay, we are greeted by the SuperBox itself. All right, you know what? Put that to the sides. See what we have in the box here. Okay, we got our HDMI cable. We have a power brick, which is on USB-C. Nice to see that. And we have our remote. Okay, and finally, there's a manual. Okay, or user guide. Perfect. Check. Remote feels really light, guys, so that means no battery included. It's okay, no batteries included, it's fine. Check out SuperBox real quick. Okay. Pretty nice. Got good metallic feel. You got your antennas in the back. Of course, in the back here you have okay, you got your DC for power, optical, your Ethernet. We have our HDMI and AV and IR. For the, let's see, that's it. And then in the front you have your display, and of course the S7 Ultra. And then on the bottom you got some vent here for dissipating heat, and of course then you have your serial number and MAC address on the bottom here, which for security, blocking that. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So oh shoot, I'm bad. On the side you have another USB-C, you have a USB 2 and a TF card, and also a little pinhole here to restore the box, and more venting on the left side. All right, cool. So if you guys are eager just like me, can't wait to get this thing plugged in and test it. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, as you can see in the unboxing, everything pretty much came in the box for you to get rolling. HDMI cable, power adapters, I mean, whatever you need, unless you need extra storage to put on a SD card or aka TF card slot, then you have to provide that yourself. But everything else to kind of get going, it's right there. So let's talk about the hardware. All right, as you can see, I got it plugged in. You got this blue light and front, and then assuming it's the clock again. I haven't even entered the software yet to change anything, or the settings I should say. So I'm just initial plugged in. That's what you get. Yeah, so pretty much it has a more modern look than a lot of the boxes, TV boxes out there, Android TV boxes to be more specific. They look a lot more generic. It's black boxes. Besides the NVIDIA Shield that really had a more flair. Again, something coming out of NVIDIA, I would expect, the same. Every other boxes look bland, right? So, but yeah, again, the official product pages describe this metal housing, side ventilation, bottom ventilation, and a more premium overall build, right? And again, Type-C power connection, which is welcome instead of a good old school barrel jack. So that means you can use a lot of your own cable to power it up. You get you the same wattage, and it's cool. And you got USB connectivity. As a matter of fact, I'm using my portable TV. Portable monitor. I said TV. I'm not using anything. This is the power of the monitor, and this is the HDMI from the monitor. That's it. And it's turned on already, ready to go. And then honestly, what matters more than people think. A lot of cheap Android boxes feels like toys. At least this one looks and feel like a product that's trying to be more serious, more intentional, and I like that. And again, the remote is also quite a nice touch, especially with being backlit. That's pretty cool. Having a voice control, it's such a big deal. We're so in the era of using voice control in all these modern TVs that we get. The fact that they add this, it's a very, very nice touch. Okay, so and again, you can be in your room in the dark. You have to be fiddling around, find out where each button is. You got backlit. Yeah, your battery life may take a hit, but who cares? All right, so again, the setup is pretty straightforward. Connect HDMI, connect power. Now I'm gonna take you guys to the monitor, and we're gonna set it up. Turn around real quick. Boom. So I'm gonna grab the remote, and let's see. Again, guys, do read these. Okay, it's a disclaimer. It's there for a reason. Okay. So say thank you for choosing SuperBox. SuperBox is an empty and open entertainment device. Due to the nature of this item, we are not in any way responsible for the content streamed or viewed by any user. All applications are available either to a variety of app stores or available to the internet. It is the user's responsibility to satisfy themselves that either they or the site's access for streaming the content have the correct copyright agreement in place and are entitled to this content. Well, again, you can read the rest yourself. I can't stress this out, guys. You get these products, again, at your own risk. If you use a VPN or whatever, just be careful what you're downloading and be careful what are you streaming on your network, okay? So, all right, so we're going to agree to that. Well, I didn't say I want to skip. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into, if I was in the living room, I would have connected directly to, I'll use that in my testing network. So I'm trying to see how fluid Okay, it did not select anything. All right, so what are we doing here? Again, it's a little funky with this. Okay. All right, guys. So we are in here. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm on the internet. So it didn't ask me for. Okay. Good thing about this is a good old school infrared remote. So it has to be pointed at the box for it to work, guys. Because I was just clicking. You see, you get me here clicking away right now, but I'm not pointing at the box and it's not doing anything. So yeah, keep that in mind. I have to keep pointing at the box for it to work. So again, it's okay. I'm not okay, guys. Now that I'm connected to the internet, as you can see, we already have some actions on the right side here. This I guess some fights coming up. If you're into that. You got apps and app store. So we are going to, well, let's check out the bottom. Oh shoot, we keep entering that mouse mode thing. Yeah, guys, don't enter the mouse mode because it gets super sluggish. So it's the settings. You have network, Bluetooth, accounts and sign in, apps, blah blah blah. Okay, not too much thing going on here. You gotta set your device name here. So if you want to, it says use this name when casting photos, videos, and more from your phone. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Bottom we have folders. So I'm clicking to the bottom here. To the bottom left. So what this is doing. System memory. Okay. Probably just to clean your memory. Okay. This is a okay. So you gotta get into Chrome. Interesting. Is it selecting it or not? I can't. Nope, we're not doing that. No thanks. My issue is this: you can't tell a lot of time when you are on the actual so right now, okay, whew, that was a guess. I was just checking your internet speed. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I guess by the rest of the internet speed, I kind of you know we have a problem. Uh-oh. Well, there you go, guys. You want to do this, might as well use an actual TV with its own power. All right, let me get out of this. Okay, yeah, that speed is 87. Yeah, that I have 1 gig up and 1 gig down, so it's definitely more than that. But again, not sure what type of what they're using in an internal here. So I know it says Wi-Fi 6, but it should have way better speed than that. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this of clicking up around this especially on a web browser, because you can't pinpoint what exactly you're clicking at. All right, that's definitely yeah, that's a no go for me. All right, let's go back home. All right, so trash, mic, keyboard. Let's click on this. Customer service online. Thank you for providing that. Appreciate that. Keyboard. What is that? So this is not a keyboard, it's just quick access. So if you click on that, oh, okay. So things you want on the home page. Again, this is an Android device. Just keep that in mind. Go back out. And what is this? This is you how to searching. All right, this is just kind of show you how to use the voice command, I guess. Press OK. Start pairing state. Search complete. Step 2. Okay, so pairing Bluetooth. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Check the bottom of the battery. Okay. Oh, guys, so perfect. Now that this is to pair this is to pair the remote. So now I can click in any direction now without pointing out the box, and it's in Bluetooth mode. Now the remote will talk to the box. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, so let's check. I don't want to click on anything crazy, guys. Again, this is a YouTube. This is YouTube. I want to get copyright strike for nothing. So I apologize. You guys are gonna have to take my word for it. But we're not gonna go to nothing crazy. So let's check out the apps. Okay. So those are like regular Android apps. Okay. Let's go to the App Store. Okay. Play Store. Let's see. Why does it do that? Okay, add. I apologize, guys. For some reason, my monitor is just acting crazy. It's just keep rebooting for whatever reason. Go back home. So it seems like I need to download some stuff. Not sure what I need. This is just add stuff on the main screen. Okay, not signing in into that, unfortunately. Okay, down to the App Store. And again, another disclaimer that you guys can read on your own. So we're gonna okay that. And okay, so we are at the App Store. So it shows you with the green check marks the apps that's already downloaded. So we're gonna download a few. So we're gonna do Blue TV, Blue Video on Demand, playback. Yeah, I think when you're trying a little bit more power, it kind of glitch. Yeah, so we'll just take a look at the different apps you have on here. APK Time, BTV, got downloader on here. Some of you guys that were familiar with Android who owns Android boxes are familiar with a lot of these apps already. So I got ExpressVPN, sorry. See Cleaner, things you can pretty much also you can get also if you own a Fire Stick, you come across a lot of these apps as well. So yeah, pretty interesting lineup here. Tubes. Okay, perfect. So, let's go check out some of that. Again, I'm not trying to play anything and do anything crazy in here, so just bear with me. Let me add, so I'm gonna add these, this, and this. Okay, back out. All right, perfect. Okay, guys, so welcome to the final part of the video. So right now we're in my living room, and as you can see the SuperBox chilling down the bottom next to my cable box. And yes, I do have cable in 2026. It's a long story, but one day we'll get to that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the light off so we can see things a bit better. All right, much better. All right, guys, so we're gonna get into things, right? But not too deep, okay? I don't want no copyright strike, none of that problem right now, okay? I'm a fairly new channel. Even though I'm not monetized, I'm not worried about being demonetized, but I still don't want no problem, okay? So we're just gonna go through certain things, something I can show. I think I'm muted, I think, so I don't want no issues with that either. So this is YouTube after all, so you gotta thread a little light. Okay, so as you can see, we are on Android 12. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the current Android is 14 right now. I may be wrong, but I'm not a big Android guy. So, but yeah, so again, this is an OTT box, right, over the top. And there's tons of them out there. Even my Fire Stick back there on my TV is considered a OTT box. So, and they all do the same thing, guys. They're all meant for streaming. You can download different applications. So this is what we're gonna get into. Okay, so this is what you're presented with once you set up the box, which you guys seen previously when I did set it up at the studio. So now we're on the big screen. So we're gonna move on a little freely. So let's look at, so this is the Android App Store. All right, you do have access to Android App Store or this secondary App Store. And as you can see, I'm plugged in directly. I did a Wi-Fi. It was pretty good. I think I had like one small issue with it, but streaming was pretty good. So yeah, so this is if you're looking for something different that's not in the Android App Store, you'll find it here. So most of these applications, if you ever own a Fire Stick, if you had ever sideloaded applications on the Fire Stick, a lot of these applications will look very familiar to you. I guess I recognize quite a few of them here. You know, APK Time, Aptoid TV, like so many of them. Okay, so this is, again, when you get this box, it doesn't come with anything downloaded. You have to download all those applications yourself based on what you need, okay? Also, this is why, let me quickly touch on that. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not here to discuss about what's legal, what's not legal. It's up to you as the buyer. Like I said, when you purchase this box, nothing is installed in it. So you choose what you want to install. So it's still up to you. If there's an application on here you feel like a certain way about that you do not want to install, then don't install it. Plain and simple. Just install what you want or what you need and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, I would not spend that kind of money. That's a lot of money to just not use what this is intended to, if you get my drift. Okay, you can buy any cheaper Android box and OTT box and just download whatever application you want and makes your life easy for you. But not go ahead and spend $450 for something you're not going to use. We're gonna go on live TV. As you can see, I already have that installed. You can add more things if you want. If you can add, it shows different applications that you already installed that you want to add to that. So we're gonna go and hit this, the TV. It's gonna go and load. You can check out the loading time. There you go. And if it does load slow, go ahead and clear your go ahead and just clear out the memory. All right, let me go ahead and lower this. I don't really want no sound. Okay, let's get out of this. Up. All right, so when you go to all, right, as you can see, you see the numbers on here? There's 2,050 channels. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't think, I love watching TV. I know some people that doesn't really watch TV at all. I don't know how they do it, but I'm a TV guy. I like to watch a good movie, some good shows. And the fact that there's 2,050 channels, it's just crazy. Crazy. So, I'm just gonna, so with the remote, it'll tell you if you want to go full screen. It's asking me to do an upgrade. We're gonna cancel that. Okay, no more upgrade, no upgrade, no updates. Oh, also, guys, if I'm gonna say this, if you're using those boxes, if you're installing some of this application that you saw there, please use a VPN. I'm gonna say this again. Please use a VPN. Okay, because since it is connected on my network, it is on a segregated network that's on a VPN already. Because you don't want to go and install stuff and have this thing access to your own IP and stuff like that. Again, I'm not getting too deep into that. People that know, they know. So, all right. So, as you can see, it's tons of channels. We're not gonna go through all of them. But like I said, a lot of those channels are they are repeated. There's some of them in Spanish. So you don't really have, like I said, 2,050 channels for real. Some of them like music channels. So keep that in mind. But again, it's still crazy the amount of channels that you have here. So go to this here real quick. Just give you an idea of some of the channels. But again, it's a lot. And you can have your favorite, whatever you want to check out. And here you have your recent. And then you can have your favorite. I was checking out a few channels, see what. So every single thing works so far. And again, this is where the big question mark is, right? If you're spending that kind of money to get a device like this for what it does, what is the guarantee that how long this would last, right? You could wake up after 2-3 months and you wake up and the whole thing is down and you have access to nothing. So what do you do? So again, it's a lot of question marks, and I see why some people are very reluctant to spend that kind of money, that kind of money on devices like this. But yeah, so what I'm gonna say is this. First and foremost, the whole thing with me when it comes to tech, or if I'm reviewing a product, does it do what it advertised, or what it was intended to do, right? And this one does. So this answers the most important question. I don't care about the aesthetic, I don't care about the specs. Does it do what it's supposed to do? And it does. So that, to me, it's, again, this is the big question, and the answer to that, is it for everybody? Probably not. Absolutely not, right? Again, this is a lot of money, right? $450. I'm going to repeat that again. It's $450. It's a lot of money to spend on this. But if you gain value out of this, if you, that person that, oh man, I enjoy live TV, all those things that this device do, you will use it to its fullest, then it's money well spent. All right, we're gonna get out of this quick. We're gonna check out the video on demand. Boom. So this is, again, the blue video on demand app. As you can see, this thing loads super fast, super fast. It's crazy. All right, so like I say, we're not getting into any of this right now. It's just for you guys to look at it, see what you can do. If you get a device like this, I'm backing out of that. And what else? Again, there's a lot of different applications you can install. You also have the playback function, which advertises you can go back 7 days. So as you can see, if I choose NBA, see, you can go back. Okay, today is the 23rd, and look how far you can go back up to April 17, which is crazy. All right, so what else? Let's get out of that. Again, it's a lot of good stuff here, guys. So let's look at some of the. So I can see you got the settings. It does have a browser function, and also what's cool, guys, is the remote has a mouse function. So I'm gonna activate the mouse function right now, so you can see. See, so enter the mouse mode. So now you have the pointer, cursor, you guys like to call it, and I can just move around. You can reach out, if it's something, some of the page that has a little, where you can close them, so give you access to that. And all you gotta do is tap again on the remote, and you can exit the mouse mode, and then you go back to the normal scrolling. A browser, again, I can see to go to Android browser, there's nothing interesting here to see. And on the bottom here, you got your settings. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is where if you feel like the device is slow, it's really slow, so it's sluggish, you hit this. It will kind of clean the system memory and all old installation packages that you had lingering around. It will get rid of them. This is a speed test. It's just gonna open a browser, so there's nothing interesting here. So the speed test. As you can see, this is what I'm getting. I have 1 gig up, 1 gig down, guys. So, and this has a 1 gig Ethernet also. So, but again, we'll word speaking, we're not gonna see that. And most of these devices. This is see what this does. So this is to install your app. And then also, you do have a microphone and also embedded in the remote. So this one gives you a little tutorial how to connect the remote. When you first got it, it's not connected via Bluetooth. You have to connect it via Bluetooth, where you don't have to keep pointing the remote at the device for it to work. Get back out of that. Keyboard, and then this last one is customer service. It's the keyboard function, quick access, get out of that. Yeah, in a nutshell, this is. So, all right. So let's talk about the pros and cons of the box. So again, on paper, like I said, it's pretty solid, right? You got your Android 12, 4 gig of RAM, 128 gig storage, Wi-Fi 6, a gigabit Ethernet. You got Bluetooth 5.2, USB 3.0, voice control. So that's some respectable features. And like I said, it's according to the website, it's an updated UI. You have the backlit remote. You have some more newer and advanced sport, and also a more metal premium build. And so on the flip side, the price. This thing costs $450, guys. So this is not cheap by any means. Again, what it advertise, it does it. Okay, you get value to it, it's up to you. Okay, it's on a case by case basis. And again, the spec sheet looks great, but it doesn't all come down to that. Right? What about software stability, ease of use? How reliable will this product be over time? Okay, what happened tomorrow? You wake up and nothing works. So this is the big cons for me when it comes to that. It's what's the future hold, what's gonna happen. Like I said, they're not new. This product been around. They had S6, and again, this is another product that, you know, a black market product. You can purchase them. I've seen it on Best Buy. I've seen it on Walmart. So you can purchase it in different retailers as well. So, but yeah, again, by the way, this product like these, guys, I don't recommend buying them from eBay or, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace, because you're not sure what you're getting unless you're getting from a retailer, from SuperBox itself, because you don't know what somebody else is going to install on that product. And while you're connecting to a network, you don't know what's going to happen. So be careful buying certain product from certain avenues, okay? Especially products like these that are running Android, that can have, you know, different things installed in them. Okay, so who is this for? Who is this for? So I'd say it makes the most sense for someone who was looking for a full-featured TV box, right? They want everything. You know, like some of my parents who likes to flip thousands of channels a day just because they're bored at everything they look at. And who wants a bit more, who looking for voice control, a kind of clean and not too intimidating interface, I'll say. So, but if you're the type of person who just want the simplest possible plug it in and forget experience, then your decision should come down to how smooth and reliable this actually feel, you know, and real use. Okay, because at the end of the day, nobody cares about how pretty the spec sheet is if things are buggy, laggy, and doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Okay, and now I'm saying, like, if you remote, you're in a camper, you're traveling, traveling the whole world, traveling the states, or you're a trucker, you want to still keep up your TV shows and sports and stuff like that. Yeah, this product is for you. You know, as long as you can have reliable internet, you can take this anywhere you want and still enjoy whatever your favorite TV shows, your favorite movie, or live TV. All right, so final thoughts on the SuperBox S7 Ultra. Again, on paper, it's a pretty strong package. Okay, again, big storage, Wi-Fi 6, gig Ethernet, parental controls, and then the up to 7-day time shift support. That is pretty cool. So enough to make it stand out from the plethora of Android OTT boxes that we have running around. Okay, talking about you, NVIDIA Shield. So the real question is whether this translates into a fast, stable, and kind of user-friendly experience in your living room. Okay, so if it does, based on this video, this is a solid option for you. If it doesn't, then nothing matters. Buy what you want, get what you want, and be happy. Okay, then again, that's my look at the SuperBox S7 Ultra. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know if you're into cutting the cord. What are you using right now? Are you I don't know, Apple TV? Are you Prime? Tell me what you're using. I would love to know. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.